Hello everyone, I am back, and today we will be looking at the Sofabaton X1S Smart Remote. This remote I was actually given to me from Sofabaton to try out. All the reviews is up to me. They didn't tell me to say anything, and this is going to be just a full honest view of how my experience using this product. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that. So this is a smart remote that is supposed to um, declutter your remote problems, because we all have, you know, different TVs, different smart TVs, and you kind of want to just use one remote. And hopefully, this thing will solve that problem where you could just have one remote to rule them all instead of fumbling around looking for 3 or 4 remotes that you have. So let's go ahead. Today, I'm going to be unboxing this, and then I'm going to be showing you how to pair it to your to an app, because you'll need an app to get this working. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the unboxing part of it first. So this is a retail packaging, very clean type of packaging. Everyone kind of copying the Apple style packaging to keep it kind of simple and clean. And this is all. This is the advertisement. It's supposed to be compatible with a bunch of devices. As you can see here, it's all in one. Customized activity. It comes with the hub, mobile app, infrared Bluetooth control, IR blaster, and 45 days working time. I think it has a pretty large battery on here. This side doesn't have anything. Top bottom doesn't. And this is where this is some of the information of the battery. So this 1050 milliamp battery, USB-C, charging time 3 hours, work time about 2 months, and PC and ABS plastic. So yeah, so that's some of the hardware. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what you get. So one caveat about this thing, I don't think it has voice control, which I don't mind. I'm not really a fan of voice. I just kind of want to hit buttons and kind of have it just do its thing. So if you want something voice control, this probably isn't for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. This is really, really thick packaging. So they actually shipped it to me, and the box still looks mint. So I think they really went all out on the packaging. Is really nice and rough, nice and thick. So here's the instructions. So there's a user manual that tells you how to hook up IR blasters and what to do. You need to there's video tutorials. You need to download the app. So yeah, so if there's anything that you want to see, you can pause the video on these instructions. So it's a small little manual here, and there's a big thick foam here to protect the product. And this is what the remote looks like. The remote is a standard looking remote. It kind of reminds me of like my Sony remote, my Sony TV remote, compared to that. And if you want to compare it to like an Apple TV remote, so it's kind of like a standard remote, which if you could get everything working in this guy, I don't think it matters. So the remote size is like a standard remote. And let's see what else is underneath here. So here's a quick starter guide. So you'll need the hub to connect to your Wi-Fi, and then add devices to your hub and create new activities. And there's more instructions on their website. And then here is some more stuff. So looks like you get a 3.5 millimeter jack. So this looks like IR receivers. So it looks like you got quite a few of them here. So you got 2 of them. Hey, they include a plug. No one ever includes it, so kudos to them for doing that here. So this is a little plug here. Looks like it's 5 volts to power up your hub here. So now opening the hub. The hub's pretty small. It's not too big, so it's got a small footprint. It's roughly a little bit under 4 inches square. So yeah, so there's the hub there. And then you got your USB-C. Thank you for using USB-C to USB-A to probably charge this guy up. And then you got another USB-C to USB-A for the remote, because the remote uses USB-C. So thank you for using USB-C. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I dislike when companies cheap out and use micro USB or some older USB technology where USB-C is kind of the newest thing for everything. So definitely refreshing that this company actually gives you two of them, one for your remote and one for your hub instead of one of them, which, you know, they could have easily just give you one of them, but they give you everything you need to get up and running so you don't have to look for stuff around your house. So this is everything that comes in a box here. And let's go ahead and power it on here. So this thing's like wrapped pretty good. So let me unwrap it somehow. Oh, the struggle is real. They did a really good job wrapping this guy. Okay, there we go. So there's actually little wall mounts too if you want to wall mount it somewhere. So that's pretty cool. So hub is unwrapped, and then I'm going to use one of these cables, and then let's power it up. So the USB-C connectors in the back. So it looks like there's a button back here, probably for pairing USB-C, and there are two 3.5mm jack inputs for the IR blaster. And then let's hook this up here to a power outlet just to get it booted up. So there's a little blue light down here once you turn it on. So just to let you know there, these we'll probably use later. And then you'll need the app. So I'm going to put my phone on. Okay, so there's my phone. So you'll need to go to the App Store. And let's go to App Store. So I'm already up that App Store. Look for Sofabaton and then hit the open button. And then once you're open, you obviously it looks like you have to create an account. So I'm going to do this offline. So it looks like you could sync it with your Google account if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so I use my Google single sign-on to log in. And once you're logged in and accept their terms and limitation, you got two models that you can choose. Obviously, I got the X series here. So let's go ahead and choose that. And then we're going to set up a new hub. And then we're going to plug it in, which I already did. And then hold 3 seconds in the back to pair. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once that happens, blue light is blinking to pair. So once you see the blue light indicator, hit the little check mark on the bottom, then hit next. And then it wants to let me see, allow to look for Bluetooth devices. So you're gonna have to hit allow. So now it's searching. Okay, it looks like it sees it. So go ahead and just click it or tap it. And then it needs to find stuff on a local network. So you're just gonna have to hit allow. And then it's gonna see all the wireless network that's available. So go ahead and choose the one that is yours. And then you're going to have to put in the password here. Once you enter in, hit provision. And then it's going to attempt to connect to the network. Okay, so it looks like everything's done there. And then select the desired hub on your local network. So it looks like it found the hub, X1S hub. Click on it and then update reminder. So let's just go ahead and update the network. And if you notice, once it found the hub, the remote actually turned on by itself. So it looks like it's trying to look for the remote, which is pretty cool. And there's some battery life left on it too. So right now I'm doing the update on it. So it's updating in real time right now. While it's doing that, let's see here. So the remote has a nice little scroll button on the in the middle here. So it's got a little scroll wheel, which is pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of a scrolling mouse. And then you got the button here. So let's see if this is so yeah, you got buttons here, you got the home button, and I think these 4 buttons are programmable programmable channel button, mute button, and volume button, and then play forward and back. So yeah, so those are the buttons on this remote. The remote feels pretty sturdy. Plastic material. It's got a nice screen here. Probably takes about a third of the real estate of the remote. So it looks like the update's almost done. And when it's connected, you actually see a green light on the bottom of the hub. Okay, tips update successful. Now it's probably rescanning the network. Okay, so it looks like it sees the hub. So I'm just going to leave the hub name X1S, hit save, and it says no devices available. So let's click add. Which type does your device support for the remote? From here, I'm not sure what to do actually. So I'm guessing here you're just setting up a device. Let me set up my TV. So I'm just going to do IR remote and then search model. Then my TV is a Sony. Okay, so I found out my TV model. It's an XBR75X940D. XBR75X940D, which is this guy here. So device information. If certain commands aren't working, you can add the device first and then repair them using it with the edit buttons. Okay, so I'm just going to hit next. And then so I have a couple of Sony TVs, so I'm going to just name it Sony XBR dash 75 X 940 X 940 D. And then you can choose an icon too. So these are kind of the built-in icons that they have. I'm just going to use the TV one since it's a TV, and then hit complete. And then right now, looks like it's downloading the code library, and you have to be on your Wi-Fi, so make sure that you're connected. So still downloading. But yeah, the remote actually feels pretty solid. I kind of like it. I kind of like having a traditional remote. Sometimes these remotes, I'm not too fond about this whole touch screen thing, and it's kind of small, kind of falls off my hand. So having a big remote like this, I think for me, I kind of like it. But I'm old school like that. Okay, looks like it's complete. And then let's see, it says not configured. So before creating an activity. So it looks like, I don't know why it says not configured, but it looks like it's trying to sync on the remote now. So as you can see, it's syncing and then it's done. So it looks like when you use the app, it connects over and sends it to the hub, and then the hub sends it over to the remote. So looks like no activities. Okay, so let's go back. For some reason, when I hit the button, I thought this back would go, but this back is probably for the remote. You'll need to go back up here, and then devices. So it sees a TV, so then it sees everything on TV. So let's see. So right now I chose the TV, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to use it. So let's see. Okay, so just to show you the remote here. So it's on the Sony TV remote now. So now if I could choose to power on and off, as you can see, and it's kind of moving stuff around. So if you want to use the top part, you have to use a ball. So I'm going to go ahead and just power it off for now, and that pretty much turns off the TV. So now I'm going to hit power on, and it turns on the TV there. So here's me hitting the home button, and I can pretty much go around and see whatever I want to do. The volume button works good too, so You see the volume button. If I want to choose a channel, I could change channels as well. I could go home. I could mute, and I could play media. So here's the menu button I'm using. If I go to YouTube, it's going to YouTube. And then I'm not going to sign in, so I'm signed out right now. Come on. So I'm just going to hit out back and then say if I want to watch a video. So now I'm playing a video. So I could pause it. Actually, it's an ad, so I'm going to skip the ad. So it looks like I could forward. I paused it. I could go back. But for some reason, I don't know why, but the pausing isn't working. So I'll probably need to check that to see why it's not working. I think you could set the command, but the forward and back seems to be working on here. And then if I want to play it, I hit the middle button, I guess. So actually the pause button is actually the middle button on here. It's probably a YouTube thing. But everything works here, so that's just a quick demonstration there. So let me see if let me add my Apple TV one on here because I actually have Apple TV on here. So let's see how easy it is to get on. So if I want to go back, I have to go back here. So I only have one thing paired right now. So let me pair the other one. So going back to the app here, if you can actually configure some of these buttons if you want. So when you go here, like some of these buttons are grayed out, so you could actually hit edit and then edit some of the commands, assign commands for remote key, and then you can reset the command. So here's some of the commands that you can set. So it's this one here is not configured, so you can hit that button and you can select what you want it to do. This is kind of the long list of stuff that you could program. So it's programmable, which is pretty cool. So you can program any key and just choose whatever you want. And it's all of these are set already. So like that play button that wasn't working, it's because it's not configured. So if I configure it, let's see. So I could have it pause or play or toggle. Is there a toggle? Let's see. Let me see. You might have to create an action for that. But yeah, technically it wasn't working because it wasn't configured. So that was my bad. So the thing with me is I rarely read instructions. I like to unbox stuff and see. Most users don't read it and see how easy it is to set up. And so far, this thing is pretty easy to set up. So you could pretty much use any key. So by default, they pretty much do most of it for you. But you could always go back and say, hey, I don't want this to go home. I wanted to do another thing and just choose a button that you want down here. So it's pretty cool that it's modular. So, and I think it says that it's not configured because some keys aren't configured, just to warn you. So let's add another device. I'm going to do that. And I believe the Apple remotes are Bluetooth. So Apple. So I'm going to see Apple TV, so Apple, and then DTT-TV. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that. So now it's downloading the code again, because I have multiple Apple TVs and multiple Sony TVs, so I got to differentiate it. So it's downloading, and it's good here. Okay, so now waiting for Bluetooth devices. So it says go to your device settings and use your original remote to navigate to Bluetooth section, and then select the device starting with Sofabaton to complete the pairing process. So we'll need to do this on the Apple TV. So I use this phone to for the second camera. So because I'm doing this part now, I won't be able to show that to you guys right now. So let me do this off screen. So you have to go to your Apple TV with your original Apple remote and look for the Sofabaton one and add it to your Apple TV. So I'm going to do that off camera right now. Okay, so it's really easy. Just go to your Apple TV, go to settings, go to remotes, go to Bluetooth, and just it looked for a Bluetooth device. And mine was called Sofabaton 4F4F. And once I hit that, it connected. And on here, it says that it's connected complete. So now I'm going to hit complete. And now it has Apple TV, and the remote right now is syncing. So we'll wait for it to sync. %. And when it's syncing, the green light blinks down here on the base too. So you kind of know what it's doing. So it's pretty cool how everything's automated. Okay, so now on the remote, look at that. You see Apple TV, DTT. So that's me. So I'm going to go in, and then my Apple TV is technically already on. So you could choose the numbers, the F function, page down, page up. So it's already working. So let me show you guys here. Okay, so I'm on my Apple TV. I'm just gonna hit the back button here. And then yeah, I'm in. Look at that. So I could pretty much use these menu this button here and go to YouTube, hit the middle button, and then just go to guest. And I can control anything on here. So I can control, this is a commercial, so we gotta wait for the commercial to go. 10 seconds left. Can't do anything with the remote on the commercial on YouTube. Okay, so now, look, I could forward it, I could go back, and let's see if the play button. So the play button actually works, the pause and play button works on this remote here. And yeah, so pretty much every button works here. Obviously the channel button doesn't, but yeah, you can scroll around. Yeah, so for the most part, and again, you could program these buttons on the app if you wanted to do something else. But yeah, it works pretty good, and it's actually pretty easy to use, guys. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, um, yeah, so really easy to use. The screen here kind of you could choose it on your own, but with the companion app, it works pretty good. And if you ever want to go back, you go back, and you could do activities and do other settings here like sync, LCD sleep, restart, language, and what version. And then if you want to access your device, just go to devices, and then activities. I think you just set the activities there. So yeah, it's pretty easy to use. I know this video was a little bit longer, but I wanted to show you guys how to set up multiple devices on here. And yeah, it's pretty cool. The other thing about this remote, if you turn it off, it turns off, right? So when you turn off, I think it turns off, and then once it's off, when it doesn't detect anything, it turns off, and then when you pick it up, it actually wakes up again. So, and you could kind of use it. So I think there's a sensor here where once you pick up the remote, it starts working. So I'm going to leave it like that, and it's going to turn off. Okay, looks like it turned off finally. And then when you pick it up, look, it just turns on. How cool is that? So yeah, that's pretty much it. There you have it. If you guys have any questions with the product, just comment below. It's really cool, really easy to use. You will need Wi-Fi, your companion app, and you need to create an account. But once you get all that taken care of, It's really easy to do. You just select your remote, like I showed you earlier, and just get it in there, and then you can pre-program. All the stuff is pre-programmed. If there's some keys that aren't programmed, you can program it yourself. So they made it really easy. So again, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, go ahead, comment below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And thank you again for Sofabaton for sponsoring this product for me to review. I think it's a really great product. I'm going to start adding a bunch of more other stuff. I might just do a video, another like 1 month later video, and show you guys how many products I got paired on this and how to get this system to work on more complicated setup. But for now, this is just pretty much an intro unboxing setup, unboxing what you get in a box and how you program a couple of devices on here. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out till next time.